Greeting, my dear student. In the last class, we have discussed about the disadvantages and advantages of branch accounting. In the first class, we discussed about the meaning of a branch, then branch accounting, the needs, features of branch accounting. Following these topics, we are going to take the first problem and finding the solution for the first problem. Problem number one is preparing the branch ledger account. Now, let us move to the problem. Number one, here in types of branch accounting, we have taken three types. One is a domestic branch, foreign branch. Domestic branch are further divided into dependent branch and independent branch. In dependent branch, there are four type of accounts we follow. First one, debtors account, then stock and debtors account, uh, wholesale account, then another one is final account. There are four type of accounts we follow in dependent branches. The first one, debtors system. In debtors system, we are having two type of problems. One is when goods are sent to the branch at cost. Another one is when goods are sent to the branches at invoice price. So in a dependent branch, we follow four systems of accountings. In four systems of accounting, first one is the debtor system, that is opening a branch account. Here in opening branch account, we are having two methods. One is at a cost price, another one is at a invoice price. Now we are going to take the problem number one. That means finding solution when they are giving the data at a cost price. The problem number one, they have given the following data. Loyal Shoe Company opened a branch at Madras on 1189. From the following particulars, prepare Madras branch account for the year ended 1989 and 1990. So here in the problem number one, they have given data for 2 years, data for 1989 and data for 1990. For 2 years, they have given data. By having these data, we should prepare branch ledger account for the first year, 1989. Following that, we should prepare for 1990. Now we can take for 1989. Goods sent to Madras branch, 15,000. Because the Madras branch is a branch account from the head office. That means what? Head office send goods to the Madras branch for the value of 15,000. Second one, to meet out all these branch expenses they have means head office has given the amount for meeting the branch expenses for rent, salary, other expenses. The total amount, otherwise, 1,800 for rent, 3,000 for salary, and 1,200 for other expenses. This amount is paid by the head office. None. Cash received from the branch. Cash received from the branch means what? First one is goods sent to branch by the head office. Second one, head office gives money. So you follow the data. Data one, if you take the question, first one is what? Goods sent to the branch. Second one, cash sent to the branch. Third is cash received from the branch. Because for a value of 15,000, goods sent to the branch. Then the same head office is receiving the amount after selling the goods by the branch. Then cash received from the branch 24,000. Stock on 31st December 2,300, because for the value of 15,000, the branch has received goods from the head office. Then the head office, the branch sold the goods and also returned money to the head office. But the remaining unsold goods value is rupees 2,300. That is the closing stock of goods. Then petty cash in hand On 31st December, rupees 40,000. How much cash they received from the head office? 1,800, 3,000, 1,200. Totally 3 plus 3, 6,000 they received from the head office. Out of 6,000, they spend a certain amount. Balance they are having rupees of 40. That means what? There is no opening value of assets. There is no opening value of data. There is no opening value of cash account. There is no opening value of petty cash. Only they have given the closing value of stock and closing value of petty cash. These two items only they have given. These two items should be taken to enter in the beginning of debit side or bottom of the credit side. First you take here. First one is what? You come to this right side. Preparing Madras branch account as on 31st December 1989. We have given three columns. Column number one is particulars, column number two amount, then column number three outer amount column. There are three columns in debit side, three columns in credit side. So in a debit side, if you take, you can write one by one. What will you write in the first one? First one is opening value of assets of a branch. Opening value means how will you write? To balance brought down. Here we are writing to balance brought down. This one is the first one. Under the balance brought down, here you should write opening value of assets. What are the opening value of assets here? You will take. Here you can take debtors, opening value of debtor, opening value of stock, and opening value of cash. But in the question number one, they have given only value of stock and the value of cash or petty cash. There is no debtors account. You take whatever data is given, we can take and write it here. What is the opening value? There is no opening value. Debtors. Debtors. Second, first one is debtor. Second one is stock. Third one is petty cash or cash account. Data is there is no data. Okay. In outer column also you can write nil. So there is no opening value in the question number one. Following that, what will you write here? Next, goods received from the head office. Goods received from the head office. Otherwise, you can. What is the journal entry? Branch account data to goods sent to branch. Here, branch account data. Branch account means what here? In question, Madras branch account data to goods sent to branch. Goods sent to branch. You write like that. Goods sent to branch account. How much amount? Amount given in the question is 15,000 for which year? 15,000 for 1989. So 15,000. Okay. Then next one is what? Any amount received from the head office for meeting day-to-day expenses of the branch. Any amount have they received? You check the question. Cash sent to branch. That means what? Cash received from the head office by the branch. Here for meeting the expenses of rent, salary, and other expenses. You take and write one by one. What is the journal entry here? In case branch is receiving cash from the head office. So who is the receiver? Branch. Madras branch account data to bank. So to bank, within bracket you write paid by head office. Why do they pay to the branch office? For meeting expenses. Now, you write the expenses one by one. First expenses is rent. Second salary. Third one is what? Other expenses. Other expenses. So amount you can write, then aggregated amount you can write in external column 1,800. Second is 3,000. Third one is 1,200. Total 6,000 is received from the head office for the day-to-day expenses. Okay. So first is over. What is the first one? Goods sent to Madras account. We have taken here goods sent to branch 15,000. Cash sent to branch for meeting the expenses of a branch rent, salary, other expenses. So these details also we have recorded here. Then cash received from branch, closing stock. These are the items they have given. Okay. Then what will you write here after the expenses? In case if there is any liabilities or details of liabilities are given in question, you should write here closing liability. So balance, to balance CD, C by D. Under that you should write value of liability, value of liability or liabilities. What is the value? There is no liability. There is no opening liability and closing liability. There is no opening value of assets. In the questions, they have given only the closing value of assets. Only two assets value they have given, right? So here, by balance, what will you write? In the top of right side and credit side, balance B by D. Here, closing or opening value of liability or liabilities. Here, what is the value of liability means? What will you write? Opening value of liability, no. Closing value of liability. Okay, nil. Here, opening value of liability also. There is no data about the opening value of liability. You write nil. Then following that, you write any cash received from branch after selling the goods. Because the branch has received goods from head office, this going to sell the goods to the customers. After selling, they are getting money and remitting to the head office. So what is the journal entry? By bank account data to Madras branch account. So you should write by bank account. Within bracket, you should write, what will you write? Cash sent to or cash received from branch. How much they received from the branch? The amount given in question is where cash received from branch 24,000 or 1989, 24,000. Then next one is any goods returned because they have received goods for 15,000. They sold the 15,000 goods for 24,000. So there is no unsold stocks. In case the unsold stock is there means the branch should return to the head office. That a returning amount should be entered here. What will be journal entry? Goods sent to branch by goods sent to branch. No, goods sent to branch because opposite journal entry. Goods sent to when the branch is receiving the goods, we are recording like Madras branch account data to goods sent to branch. Here, returning the goods by the branch. So goods is opposite journal entry. Goods sent to branch account data to Madras branch account. So by goods sent to branch, is there any amount? They have not returned any goods to the head office. So you write nil. Then finally, any cash collected from debtors. Here you should write any cash collected from debtors. There is no collections because they did not sell on credit basis. They sold the goods only on cash basis. So there is no amount. These are the details given in the question number 1. Following that, finally, you should write the closing value of assets. That is the journal entry by balance C by D Here you write a closing value of assets. What are the assets given in question? Number one, stock. Number two, petty cash. So stock 2,300, petty cash rupees 40. Okay, that's it. So we have entered all these data given in the question number one. Now you should calculate the total amount. Here in credit side, you can calculate 24,000 plus 2,300 plus 40. 24, 26,300, 26,340. Total amount is 26,340. Now, this side you calculate. This side also the amount should be same. 26,340 amount. Is there any deficiency? Debit and credit should be balanced. Here 15,000, 21,000 only we are having, right? 15,000 plus 6,000, 21,000. But what amount we need? 26,000. So difference amount, balance figure will be taken as a general profit for the year of 1989. Difference amount is 5,340. That is the difference amount. 15,000, 6,000, 21,000 plus 5,000, the balancing figure or a deficit figure. Balancing figure will be taken and treated as a to general profit. Okay, problem is over. Now, following the same format and structure, you should prepare for 1990. For 1990, what will you write? Here in for 1989, they have given only closing value of assets. Right? For 1990, this closing value of assets will be taken as a opening value of assets in the 1990. Balance values are same. Balance data already they have given. Only these data should be taken as a opening value for the next year. Here in the 1990, you should write opening value as 2,340. Then remaining data, the rest of the data are same. Okay, this one is only opening value only is new to the 1990. All other data are similar. You can do and solve yourself. Otherwise, we can follow in a next lecture class to solve the same problem with the 1990. Okay. Thank you. Now, by following the same data, you prepare for 1990 because for 1989 we completed. For 1990 only you should take this closing value of 1989 to the 1990 as the opening value of assets. This is the things you should do. Then the rest of the data are similar. You can easily solve the problem for 1990.